Hello everyone and welcome to my reaction to the season 6 premiere of Black Mirror. I feel like it has been a hot minute since I have reacted to a Black Mirror episode, but here we are. Just a little logistics going forward. These reactions will be going out every Thursday on my channel. If you would like to be 1 week ahead for early access, you can head over to Patreon. And you know, whenever this goes out, hopefully soon after episode 2 will be up on Patreon to be 1 week ahead. Okay. Just wanted to get all of that out of the way. Now, I'm really interested to see what we're going to get with this season. Not just because, I mean, Black Mirror is always, I feel like, very intriguing. It's thought-provoking. There's so many, you know, things that I do really love about the show. I'm wondering what kind of topics we're going to get into, you know, what we're going to deep dive into. But also, I love the variety of it all. I love that there are some episodes that are so dark and disturbing that you almost like feel sick to your stomach. Well, I don't know how much I love that. I love and dread it all at the same time. You know what I mean? And some I feel like are just really thought-provoking commentary on technology and stuff like that. I don't know. I think there are, you know, so many things that when I watch these episodes, I don't even like think of, and I love that, you know, the show sort of facilitates some, you know, interesting discussions on a lot of different things, and I'm very interested to see what we're going to focus on. Just so you guys know, I do not watch trailers to shows just because I just like to go in relatively blind, although I have seen, just so you guys are aware, that I think Annie Murphy is in this season. I think Aaron Paul is in this season. That's all I've seen about this, you know, these episodes going into them, I believe. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. It has been a minute since I've seen that. Okay. Oh! Oh! Okay. I guess we're starting with the Annie Murphy episode.
How's the coffee?
If I'm honest,
I'll tell them to look at the machine.
thank you.
Oh.
You're letting me go? Okay,
Oh.
but I'm still working on my audio compression algorithm. Unfortunately, the board feel your compression algo isn't a thing that they want to pursue. Okay. I know. Which means a bigger carbon footprint will breach all of our environmental pledges. It's how the board feel. I thought we were friends. Okay. Joan. Just gonna give you a minute to compose yourself. I feel pretty composed.
Oh.
I invited you to the housewarming, Joan.
I've asked Brutus to escort her out.
Oh my goodness. I don't... Oh. Is that
Help you with
necessary?
your things, Sandy.
Joan, is that you?
Oh my
No, you're
goodness.
You know, it used to be my dream to run my own coffee shop. That would not have gone out with our name on it. Neither would the coffee at my job. Like, Krish is a great guy, and he's smart, and he cares. But maybe he's just a little bit, like, vanilla, you know? Like, even the food he cooks is bland. And I'm continuously like, When I was with my ex, Mac, yeah. I mean, it was just constant sex and craziness, and the fights were, but I never got over him. I was thinking about it, and I feel like I'm not the main character in my own life story.
It sounds like you're not entirely happy. Oof. Oh boy. I I mean, to be fair, who is entirely happy? But I'm just saying. At least she's talking to somebody about it.
Hey.
Yeah, Krish is good.
Wow. You sound like you're really crazy about it.
Okay.
I want to be with you.
Oh my.
I'm here for 3 days and then I go back to San Jose. Come with me.
I can't leave Krish.
No, you can't leave Krish.
Can't.
Yeah, no, you can't leave Krish.
Oh no.
Hey.
You should not have come here.
Joan, I'm in my usual suite and I'll be here for 3 days. Oh, Frog has been drinking.
Oh my goodness. I didn't notice him before.
Oh.
Amazing. Is that salt?
No. Listen, I don't know the whole situation. I don't. So this is just commentary on what I've seen thus far. But you, there is a possible option where you don't have to be in either relationship that doesn't fulfill you and make you happy. I'm just saying.
Oh, how about Sea of Tranquility?
Eric said it blows.
Oh, well, if Eric said it blows.
Loch Henry, the Scottish murder
I
thing?
Can't really
Oh
do
my
another
goodness.
true crime. Oh my god. What?
New drama, Joan is awful. That's Salma Hayek?
She even has your hair.
That's not my hair.
Wow. It's a lot like your hair.
It's very similar.
Joan.
Okay, what even is this show?
How is that not your hair?
But, well, it's a lot like our bedroom.
Oh my goodness.
That's not my hair.
Well, she uses the same toothpaste as
Okay,
you.
just weird.
Selma Hayek. What?
Babe,
What is this?
it's called Joan is Awful. It's got Salma Hayek in it.
She looks like Joan.
That job sucks anyway.
What is happening? I'm already
Holy shit, that's where you work?
weirdly obsessed with this. Ben Barnes.
How did you do this?
I didn't do anything.
How's the coffee?
Dog shit.
For that 10-15.
I mean, this would freak me out too. If I sat to like record this.
Joan? Joan? All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Hey, whoa.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks.
Oh my god, is that really what I sound like?
Shh, be quiet, please.
Do you think he's better looking than me?
Okay. All right.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Breathing. Feel the carpet beneath your feet.
I don't want to feel the carpet.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
just feel the floor. Feel the floor.
Well, I just put a deposit down on an apartment. Also not that concerned.
Damn.
What she's like.
Oh my god, she is cold.
This is bad. This is
Okay. All right.
fucking insane.
All right. Okay. Hey, look. I was just trying to make you feel.
I would be more concerned about how they knew how my entire day went.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god.
Oh, girl.
Honey,
What?
has Mike been texting you?
What?
No.
Right.
We can come in now. He's kind. Fuck. This fucking.
Oh my god. She's about to pull the TV off the wall.
Very funny. When he's cooking, he's bland.
Okay, I didn't say that. Chris, turn it off.
With my ex-boyfriend, Mark, there was so much crazy, wild, imaginative, constant sex.
Hey,
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, Christ.
What a couple.
So what did you say?
Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So, what do you want to watch?
Sea of Tranquility.
Oh, oh my god. Is it eventually gonna catch up? Like. Oh my god.
Joan is awful.
Is that Kate Blanchett?
That's Kate Blanchett.
Oh no.
That's Kate Blanchett.
In the TV show, Mac texted you and you texted him back, so
Oh.
show me your phone.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie doodle.
Joan?
Oh boy.
Bye.
Chris,
Oh.
please don't go. Not real.
If you weren't texting back, show me your phone.
Okay, all right. This is probably not important, but I would love to know who's playing Joan in the version that Kate Blanchett is, you know, like I'm just curious. Okay.
Shame on you.
Oh. Wow.
You let slip about the whole algorithm, data server, carbon footprint thing in the scene where you fired Sandy. Technically, you broke your NDA.
What? That's not fair. That was Selma Hayek.
The board wants you out.
I know her life is falling apart. It's so funny her being like, that was Selma Hayek. I don't even know how you even deal with this situation.
Sayonara, queen.
Okay.
I have to say that actually, legally, the Streamberry Corporation can do this.
What? They're using me, so.
And you assign them the right to exploit all of that.
What? When?
Terms and conditions.
Of what?
I have never seen this before.
You have. You just haven't seen it printed out before. All of that would have popped up on your phone, whatever, when you first signed up to Streamberry. And you clicked accept.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, how was I supposed to know this?
I know, but you did accept it, and so they're in the clear.
You all need to read terms and conditions. I do
There
too.
are only so many ways.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay, well, Selma Hayek.
Yeah, pretty cool.
No, I'm gonna sue Selma Hayek.
For what?
For like passing herself off as me. She has no right to do that.
Well, it's not really Selma Hayek.
Yes, it is.
No, technically, the show deploys a digital likeness of Ms. Hayek. They don't film her. She licensed her image to them. The entire show is CGI. It's generated by some kind of super advanced, deep fake quantum computer mumbo jumbo. They could make Salma Hayek blow an orangutan if they wanted to.
Oh.
I'm guessing Ms. Hayek might object to that, but you get my point.
But how do they even know what I'm doing? It's the same day.
That was my.
You know when you got your phone face down on the table and you're in your kitchen and you're talking to your friend about, I don't know, shoe deodorizers. You go on your computer and what pops up? A shoe deodorizing ad. And then you get an email. And it's all about shoe deodorizing. And then you
Yep.
street and
Sure.
shoe deodorizing,
The
and
phone
you got
listens.
skip
We get
and-
it. Yep. All the devices listen.
That's how they know. Yeah, page 53, paragraph 12, there's something about creating characters and dialogue for dramatic purposes. I agree. I hate to say it, but this thing is watertight.
Okay.
My advice is to try and ignore it.
What the fuck kind of advice is that?
It's the only kind I got.
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is oddly terrifying.
Sorry, do I know you?
It's just... Oh boy. I mean, yes, I have no idea how you cope with this. This is... a lot.
This is gonna be on the show.
But it's not us. It's computer people. It's Salma Hayek and.
Well, yeah, I know, Sonya. Like, you know, it's one thing to not be able to get it up for, like, you, but Salma Hayek. I mean, look, people are gonna laugh at me.
This show is called fucking Joan is Awful. How do you think I feel?
Joan, I always said you gotta read the terms and conditions.
Yeah, he's lovely. I mean, there is so... This is... bananas.
Blow an orangutan if they wanted. Blackjack might object to that. But you get my point.
Oh no, what is she gonna do? She's gonna do something crazy that Salma Hayek wouldn't want the CGI version of herself to be doing. Oh my goodness. That's a lot. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh.
Let him speak now.
Merry Christmas!
Oh.
One and all!
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here!
I'm sorry.
So let him speak now.
Damn. Oh, she's still rocking those pigtails. She doesn't give a fuck.
So this character, whose face do they have? Do they have your face or my face?
Okay.
Your face.
What right do they have to kill my abuela with this deep, fake, heretic abomination?
Page 39, paragraph 8.
Oh boy.
They can suck my dick. You know I don't read this crap. I am a dyslexic, talented actress with questionable English. That's why I overpaid you to protect me.
Damn.
My asshole. And shove it up your ass, and I hope that you get paper cuts in your hemorrhoids and die.
Okay.
You're fired.
I think he got that. Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Oh.
I understand that you're mad.
Oh, do you?
Please don't kill me, Salma Hayek.
You're not yet a humanitarian. Now it all makes sense. Look at all this shit. What's wrong with you, girl? I mean...
There's a show about her I mean, I think it's obvious what's wrong with her.
You're a fucking enabler. I should be yelling at you.
You are yelling at me.
Well, I need to yell at someone.
Okay, yeah.
It's not fair that you're taking it all out on me.
I'm sorry that I shat in a church.
How much are they paying you?
Oh, nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
They're screwing us both.
I mean, how do you think Kate Blanchett feels about this?
Fuck her. And rip the cables out of it and stick them up its ass.
Let's bring down the system. The
Yup.
computer thing.
We can't crawl inside of the building like Spider-Man's.
No, we don't have to. Because you can just walk in the front door.
We can't just do that.
You can.
You're Salma.
Because you're Salma fucking
Exactly. Wow. What a strategy. You know what?
Thank you.
Mm.
You're right. Yeah. I am Salma fucking.
Oh. I'm obsessed with this look. Okay. You know when you don't have many options? You do what you can. I don't know.
Didn't we tell her to go fuck herself this morning?
Maybe that's why.
Just get security to chuck her out.
Wow.
Sorry. She's new.
Ruthless.
Joan is awful.
I wish they'd stop saying that.
Correct.
I like the pitch. And the role Salma's depicting is based on a real Joan, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why that particular woman? What's so special about her?
Absolutely nothing. We were looking for a totally average, nobody person. Just to test the system. The point is, Joan is awful.
Wow.
That's just the beginning. But we found that our subjects just didn't buy it. It didn't chime with their neurotic view of themselves. What we found instead was when we focused on
Wow.
more weak or selfish or craven moments, it confirmed their innermost fears and put them in a state of mesmerized horror, which really drives engagement. They literally...
Oh my goodness.
Let's kill this one puta. There it is.
Holy Christ! Hey, no one's allowed in here! I'm calling security!
Oh my goodness.
Break your arm. Don't think I won't, because I will. Understood?
Yes, Miss Hayek.
What's that?
Joan is awful.
No, but that's me. That should be her, right?
Because that's the variant of Joan is awful that the Joan below you sees when she watches the show.
What? The Joan below me.
Well, you're not the original Joan. That's Source Joan.
We need a code for this Joan.
Wait, Source Joan?
You're just a Joan.
Who's Source Joan?
There, Source Joan.
Source Joan? I'm not the real Joan?
You're a version of Joan played by a digital likeness of Annie Murphy. The actress. There. Look familiar? Schitt's Creek? No? Great show.
It is a great
You're
show.
playing an adaptation of Joan. That show is the fictive level we're on right now. Here.
Fictive level?
Yes, fictive level 1. Like I said, this is an adaptation of Joan's life. You're in a show right now.
I'm in a show right now?
Hey, look at me. Michael Cera licensed his face, just like Annie Murphy licensed her face to play Joan.
Sorry, this is
To play Joan
wild.
too, and to play- This is not called Salma Hayek gets everything explained to her, but doesn't understand it. By which I'm-
Oh, thank God.
Wow.
You are so boring.
Okay, all right. She means business. This is insane. Surely.
Coming up. Do it.
Okay, if you destroy that, you destroy everybody inside every fictive universe above this one.
You.
Billions of simulated souls who consider themselves to be real will die. Do you really want all that blood on your hands?
I mean, define blood for me here.
Okay, this is a quantum computer, right? We barely know how it works. It's basically magic. The reality we're in will cease to exist. Okay, get me.
It doesn't matter what I want because the events that this is based on have already happened. It's not my decision. It's Joan's.
Okay.
It's happening.
All right, Joan.
She's doing it.
Axed out.
Joan's doing it.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
I think we're done.
Wow. Black Mirror is back, baby. Oh my goodness.
Where are we at? But I'm my own boss. I treat my staff well, and I'm actually proud of what I do. So.
Oh.
It's good to hear. Like the main character in my own life. Yeah, I think I do. Oh, the house arrest. You know, there's good days and bad days.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh, she's got a coffee shop. Oh! Annie Murphy.
Hi, Joan. Hi, Abby.
How you doing?
Good. Usual? The usual. It's to you. How are you? I'm good.
I really loved that episode. I mean, it's so interesting. I would say for Black Mirror standards, that wasn't too rough of an episode to get through. There was definitely a horrifying concept, you know, terms and conditions. They're all, I mean, it takes forever to read them. Does anybody actually read them? You know, there might be somebody out there. I typically skim, you know, I have no problem admitting, like, I typically skim through, and, you know, people don't have time, a lot of the time to even read through them thoroughly. Not only that, but, you know, read through them and, you know, understand every single nuance and make sure that you're, you know, grasping every single thing that is in there and everything. I think I actually had a moment at one point. It was when I was like buying a phone, or upgrading my phone or something like that. And it was literally like I'm sitting in a store with somebody like staring at me being like, okay, we gotta dive more customers or whatever. And I'm like, and they're like, all right, read these terms and conditions. And I think I actually had a thought of like, man, I wonder if anybody like actually sits here with a very annoyed representative probably, and like goes through all of them. But man, read your terms and conditions. Woo! It makes you, you know, Black Mirror loves to, you know, take something like that and really create a whole narrative around it, which I loved this episode. I thought it was great. I loved the notion of, you know, this is I would say a normal person that may, you know, maybe not make the right decisions, or, yeah, she's kind of just living her life. I wouldn't even say that she doesn't make the right decisions. You know, obviously the conversation that she had having to let somebody go, it's an uncomfortable conversation to have to facilitate, right? And I think a lot of us may not be super perfect in that moment. Obviously, this young woman is going to be really, really upset. Possibly very rightfully so. So it's an uncomfortable position to be in because you're not technically the person who made the decision to fire her, and I don't know how much power she has in that situation. So how do you even convey that you feel awful or anything like that? It just probably even seems disingenuous. So that's a tough, you know, I feel like that would be a tough situation for anybody to be in. And then obviously, you know, we see her therapy session where she's, you know, not entirely fulfilled in her relationship. Now, obviously, I honestly think that going to therapy and talking about things like that, it is actually pretty important and probably a step in the right direction. Now, I know that I made a comment of like, you don't have to be in either relationship. I mean, there's certain, you know, if there is a relationship you had in the past that is toxic, you know, there's things that you need to identify that there were maybe parts of that relationship that you did adore. And there are things in your current relationship that you may feel like is lacking because you had that sort of thrill, so to speak. Anyway, I don't need to go into, because I don't really know her personally, or, you know, but it's funny that on paper it does seem very, you know, like an awful thing to do, to be so confused. And on paper, it's an awful thing to not appreciate a person that is really good for you. And, you know, and I love that they actually showcased that and then showed the show kind of exploiting that. But, you know, it's not necessarily her fault if she doesn't have those strong feelings for somebody, even if they're an amazingly good person. I feel like a lot of people have dealt with certain things like that. Like, you know, sometimes you're just not completely into somebody, or you feel like something's lacking. Now, maybe through therapy or whatever, she could have possibly addressed that with her boyfriend and talked with him and say, hey, I need a little more excitement or something, whatever, I don't know. That's not really important. The point I'm trying to make is that it seems like she is, you know, a regular woman that is not perfect, but she has this whole thing made about her, and it's just funny when she's first watching it. There's this damage control thing that had to happen. You know, it is her current fiance at the time is witnessing what she did that day, which is a little, well, almost definitely unfaithful and not great. And, you know, I'm not going to say that she made all of the best decisions in the day and everything. And it's funny, me as a viewer, I'm like, kind of honed in on the fact of like, how the fuck did they know what she was doing all day? You know, I more so thought just because they got a lot of the mannerisms correct, you know, like and everything, of like, were there drones following her everywhere? You know what I mean? And that was what I was hyper focused on. But it's her life. It's her life that's falling apart. So she's heavily focused on, you know, explaining to her fiance what happened and, you know, all of that stuff. It was just, at that point in the episode, I thought it was just really, I was intrigued. You know, I will say the first however long it took them to get to the point where they were watching the show, I was kind of curious. You know, I'm watching this and being like, okay, what's going to be the twist? What's going to be the interesting, you know, like what are we going to focus on in this episode? Because it felt like you know, we were following a fairly regular, you know, woman that, you know, was going through stuff and not perfect and all of that. As soon as that happened, oh my goodness. Could you imagine if I sat down here and I was like, ready to react to the first episode of Black Mirror, and then it was legitimately my whole day thus far? Granted, I know that they said that everybody is, you know, like there was no reason that they picked a specific person. It's just, it was going to be everybody, you know? But, I mean, I would love to see how they would twist it, because I think this morning I woke up, I fed my dog, did my makeup, blow dried my hair, sat down to watch this. Can't imagine it would be that interesting, but you know, I'm sure they'd find a way. They would find a way. But I loved that craziness right off the bat, and then it just getting more layered. I loved the terms and conditions thing. I loved, you know, Selma Hayek was so good. Annie Murphy and Selma Hayek, I think, absolutely killed it in this episode. There was a heavy level, I feel like, of comedy throughout this episode, even though it is, you know, a kind of very horrifying situation. You know, if I'm just sitting here and I play a show and it just happens to be about my life, I don't know how I would feel about that. It would be so, and I feel like I kept saying that, like, I don't even know how you cope with this. And I think there's a commentary, obviously, about reading terms and conditions, sure. But there's also a commentary of devices listening, for sure. But also, I guess, the representation of yourself kind of out there online, and what happens when, you know, you don't have control of the narrative anymore about who you are. And about, you know, and I guess I possibly think of it through that lens a little bit more, because I am, you know, I don't think that I'm super popular or, you know, I don't know how to put it, but, you know, there are people who watch my videos, who consume my content, that probably make a bunch of assumptions about me. Some of them might be true, some of them might be false, but the narrative at some point sort of leaves my control. And that is something that is very difficult to cope with sometimes. You know, there are a ton of people, I wouldn't say, a lot of you people who are my subscribers, and you guys watch a lot of my videos and stuff. You probably have a better grasp of who I am and stuff like that. But I mean, maybe you don't, I don't know. But it is kind of interesting when things sort of get consumed in a certain way, especially if somebody is portraying you in a different light. You know, I will say the content you personally put out might be slightly different than somebody making a show about you, of course. But I think there is an interesting commentary about, you know, people's opinion of you, consumption of who you are as an individual, and, you know, making these assumptions and you know, easily sort of digesting what they believe you to be, whether you're putting out that content or somebody's putting out a narrative about you. You know what I mean? And as somebody who does, I mean, I'm not like super popular or anything like that, but as somebody who does put herself out on the internet, I do have to deal with quite a few people who have really, in my opinion, interesting notions of who I am as a person, or you know, that might be true or might not, but it is really, really fascinating. I think that is also a commentary that's not as on the nose as like devices listening or you know, terms and conditions and stuff like that, but you know, how you feel like when something is kind of like put out there about you, and how people perceive it, sometimes you're just not thinking about that, or you're not, you know, there are hours and hours and hours of content about, that I have put out and stuff like that. And somebody could hyper focus in on something that I said 6 years ago, and you know, and that's their narrative of who I am and stuff like that. Anyway, I went on a bit of a tangent there. I really didn't mean to. I just thought that was very interesting and something that I could slightly relate to. Not really, because I think it is a different scenario when somebody's like making a whole show about your life, and their interpretation of it. Even if it's a whole CGI show. And then like the Michael Cera thing, that was crazy as well. Oh my goodness. I thought that this was like madness in a very charming and hilarious way that also has an underlying like horrifying truth, which is very Black Mirror, and I loved it. I really, really did. I cannot wait to watch the rest. I have a feeling at least one of these episodes is really gonna leave me with that sick to my stomach feeling. I did not feel that with this one, though it did make me think. It did make me talk. So I'm very, very interested to see how you guys like this one. Annie Murphy, you did an amazing job. Selma Hayek, you did an amazing job. Like, I knocked it out of the park. I can't wait to watch more, and I think that is about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.